Where are you going after that? You talked about some guys that were a little farther down the list that are still going to be, potentially really good this year. So who are some guys that maybe people should need to be taking a look at?
So I picked three guys that I was looking at Big Game Boomer's list, and then I kind of compared my list. So these are guys he had in the 20s that I thought they all deserved to be way higher. And these are three of the guys that I was saying in the 20s and 30s that could be in that top 5 to 10 by the end of the season. I think these guys all make a case for that, and I think they all are NFL tackles next year. The first one is J.C. Latham from Alabama. Yep. Massive human being. Moves guys with ease. I'd like to see him move a little better, like just himself. Yeah. Which, I mean, him being that big is a little harder to move as gracefully as you'd like. But if I had to nitpick one thing with him, it would be that. Zion Nelson from Miami was my other one. Right. He was a guy that I thought was kind of a second or third round guy in the draft this past year, decided to come back, which was a very smart move for him. He's got all the potential in the world. Massive guy, good hands. He's quick out of his set, but he's inconsistent with the hands. He's got to work on that, but this is a guy that could be a first round tackle if he works on that. And then I just show love to one of my guys, Ladarius Henderson, the transfer from Stanford. He was very good blocking for Tanner McKee last year at Stanford. One of the better tackles in the Pac-12 last year. Moves to us. I was so glad to get him because we lost our left tackle to the draft this past year. So he's going to slot right in on that left side and just lock down what's been one of the best offensive lines in football the last few years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that J.C. Latham pick, especially with the fact that I don't really know what they're doing at quarterback. And I think they're going to need time to figure that out. So him and having him as such a force there, I think is absolutely amazing. Look, I only out of spite put him this low because I do think he is higher. Like you had him on your list, Graham Barton at a Duke. I mean, look, with what Riley Leonard was doing, this guy was a stable force in there. And I'm saying something nice about a Duke player. Let's just leave it there.
Hey, I had to do it about Ohio State players all last year.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to be nice like you, man. Another guy, younger guy, the guy was a true freshman, Will Campbell at LSU.
I love that pick.
His grade was an 85.6 in pass blocking. I mean, as true pass sets. I mean, he trailed. The only guy he trailed from last year was Peter Skronsky. Among 5 tackles. So this is the type of guy you need. Only 2.7% pass pressure, over 500 pass blocking snaps. I mean, this is what you and we're talking about. Pairing up with a good quarterback. You've been very high on Daniels and what he can do in Brian Kelly's offense. So he has a line to do it, and I'm looking for a breakout year from these guys. But yeah, like you said, I'm looking down this list. There are quite a few guys. My guy Nick Kidwell at a JMU. Let's go Duke. Yeah. There's a number of guys out here. So I'm just eager to see if they can perform and, maybe hop up a little higher, man. It's a prime position. Joe Alt is going to be one of those guys that's going to come into the league and we think is going to just take off.